and girls, welcome to the 2018 National Day Parade celebrations. Please welcome your hosts for this evening, Sonia Chu, Joaquin Gomez, Abby Shankara, Nadia Amdin, and Garmin Singh.
Hello, Singapore! I made it! I'm Gurmit Singh, and I'm so happy to be with all of you here at the float at Marina Bay.
Oh man, it's a miracle, Gurmit. We're so glad you managed to make it here in time. What's up, Singapore? My name is Sonia Chu.
Happy birthday, Singapore! My name is Joaquin Gomez.
What up, Singapore? I'm Abby Shankara.
And I'm Nadia Amdin, wishing you guys a great NDP.
Oh, it's gonna be a great NDP indeed, because Singapore, very soon, we are all gonna look up in the sky. It's gonna be our very own Red Lions.
That's right. And joining them this year are the combat divers from the Republic of Singapore Navy.
And we also have a spectacular aerial display by the Air Force in conjunction with their 50th anniversary.
And not just that, you here at the float, you're not just going to be spectators here today, you're going to be performers.
Exactly, Sonia. With this year's theme of We Are Singapore, we want to celebrate all the individuals who make up Singapore.
That's right, Gurmit. And today, everyone here is holding on to a play card, which is an expression of who we are and what we can create together. So stay tuned, guys.
But right now, Singapore, let's welcome our very first performers on stage. They are making their NDP debut. What's so special about them, you might ask? They actually can make music by just using their voices. Taking you down memory lane with a medley of National Day songs and being joined by dancers from the music and drama company Singapore. Please welcome on stage, Michael Pella!
Oh, Singapore, pretty flowers bloom for you and di Tanjung Jatong, airnya biru, di situ tempatnya darah jelita. Duduk sekabung, lagikan rindu, kononlah bulanun jauh di mata. Nerubariva meneri endrum toru vai no puvai. Kanteriaga kariru loli rumbin mine.
Rising out of the stormy sea. Each is a land to guide our way, a land for all to see. Because it's Singapore, Singapore, the hearts are big and wide open. Because in Singapore, Singapore, you'll find happiness for everyone.
Stand up for Singapore. Do the best you can. We have a vision for tomorrow. Just believe. Just believe. 也许我一个人不能撑住一番大事业，但我尽力贡献一份微薄的力量。
One people, one nation, one Singapore.
We are Singapore. We are Singapore. We will stand together. Hear the lion roar.
It's the little things that we share, the love and joy that's in the air, the children's laughter everywhere, and all our favorite things.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to warmly welcome our Speaker of Parliament, Mr. Tan Chuan Jin, and the members of Parliament.
This is where I won't be alone.
Nothing in this world compares to this island where it's home, where we love and know we'll never be alone.
Sunny island, home for you and me.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's wave our flags and welcome our senior parliamentary secretaries, mayors, ministers of state, and senior ministers of state to this evening's celebration.
As you can see there, the delegation led by Senior Parliamentary Secretary for Culture, Community and Youth, Bae Yam Keng. He's known for wearing interesting outfits at National Day parades, and this year's no different. There you can see Denise Phua as well, Mayor for Central Singapore District.
And all of my fears begin to stay when I want you. Before that we are,
All of them looking delighted to be here to share in the festivities with the crowd here at the float at Marina Bay. Waving their flags in unison. There's Senior Minister of State Janil Puthucheary. There's quite an assortment of fashion styles this afternoon. You can see the normal, distinguished red shirts. There's batik ensembles as well. One thing's for sure, all of them in red and white to represent the colors of Singapore.
A very warm welcome to our members of parliament. Thank you so much for joining us here at the float at Marina Bay as we celebrate Singapore's 53rd birthday.
You know I'm gonna say this. I don't get it.
What?
The Macapella.
Why?
They sound like they have a full band, but it's just their voices. is it?
Exactly.
Don't
I don't
even
get it.
try, Gurmit. Don't even try.
No, how do they make the drum sound?
Honestly, don't know. Just because your name Gurmit Singh doesn't mean you can sing.
Okay. anyway, guys, while all this was happening, right, there was an angel keeping us safe in the sky.
Angel in the sky?
Yeah, this angel is called the Heron One. Take a look. The Heron One is one of RSAF's latest assets.
Now, the Heron 1 is one of the latest pieces of the SAF's defensive capabilities. Think of it as our completely unmanned eyes in the skies and one of the most state-of-the-art of its kind. It's used mainly for intelligence gathering, surveillance, and reconnaissance work. The whole idea is to know what's happening on the ground down to the finest detail. And the Heron brings the SAF's capabilities up to par with that of other advanced militaries from around the world.
The Heron One is super high-tech. It can see you from up there, but you can't see it. But you can say hello. So everyone, take out your flag and wave like crazy!
Later on, make sure you keep a lookout as the Heron 1 will be bringing us wonderful images from its vantage point in the sky.
That's right, Sonia. Now, as we move from the skies to the sea, we have something very exciting in store for all of you. Showcased in public for the very first time, we present to you free fall water jump by our elite naval combat divers.
Wow. Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, we know that Singapore, we are an island nation protecting our seas. It's not an easy task. Introducing to you our guardians of the sea.
For the very first time, combat divers will be putting on a display for us, and this starts not from the sea, but from the air. They'll be performing what's called a free fall water jump. The combat divers really are Singapore's guardians of the deep. They're an elite combat unit that's famous for their rigorous training and high operational capabilities. And even though they're called divers, they're also more colloquially called frogmen, simply because they can execute missions both at sea and on land. And in a short while, we're going to see that even the air is no barrier to these warriors.
Everybody's look up and see if we can spot the Super Puma helicopter with the naval combat divers. Can you see it? Can you see it?
Oh man, Gurrit, what are you doing?
This is the best way to see it!
It's time to take out those cameras, folks, and really zoom in. Because you're seeing history being made as 8 combat divers perform a free fall for the first time ever. And they're led by Master Warrant Officer Eric Tay, a 48-year-old veteran. It's no small feat for them. They'll be homing in from a height of 5,000 feet, and they're in full operational gear, which includes a helmet, goggles, tactical vest, weapons and dive fins. And that's to give the public a sense of just how the divers operate in real life. And if you look closely, you'll see that the divers are wearing their fins. Bear in mind that these catch plenty of wind as they fall, so that just makes the task so much more impressive. To give you a brief sense of how tough these guys are, to even come close to where they are now, they've had to get through an intense 20-week combat diver course, which promises to turn trainees into masters of the sea. There's no space for the weak on this course, ladies and gentlemen. And it's not just their bodies that are pushed to the limit. Divers are also famed for their immense mental strength and their ability to stay calm and composed even under the harshest of conditions. And if you're wondering why these combat divers sometimes have to take to the air, well, there could be situations in which they have to be deployed in areas that cannot be easily or quickly accessed. In this case, they're dropping in pretty much urban terrain, which makes things a little trickier to land. Buildings, and there are no shortage of those here, affect the airflow and wind channels, and that means conditions are never consistent for a landing. And just to be clear, these guys will be landing at a designated drop zone in the water before they're picked up by jet skis that'll be sent their way. Now, in actual operations, seaboats replace the jet skis. And there you can see them spiraling down to the area beneath them. Blessed by great weather today, aiding their descent this afternoon. And we're just about to see the first naval combat diver arrive on the scene. There he is, quite literally making a splash this National Day parade. Now, once the combat divers land at sea, they can only move off once they've removed their parachutes, checked their equipment, and regrouped. And if you've been watching closely, you'd have noticed those buoys dotted around the drop zone, and it's really quite a small space. So that just provides some perspective as to how highly trained these combat divers are. And there we go. What a thrilling display for Singapore's 53rd birthday. Well done, combat divers.
Please give them a big round of applause.
And you guys did very well the Who Ya as well. Well done to you as well. But guys, you know what? They are not the only one jumping from the sky today, you know.
Oh.
We have another one also. It's my favorite.
Ooh.
The Red Lions!
That's right. You know what, guys? Today's jump is actually extra special because for the very first time, they're going to be jumping in their customized wingsuits.
Wow.
Now, wait, not yet. These special wingsuits will allow them to glide through the air.
I say.
Wow.
Like that.
Oh, like that?
Wait,
huh?
oh,
Like that.
Nadia, you can also be a red lion. But hey, you know what, you guys? I hear that they are getting ready in position right now. And here's the thing, okay? They've worked very hard for this.
yes.
So I want you to switch your attention to the screen right now and have a look at the behind the scenes video.
And off they go in their custom wingsuits. What a sight to see them slicing through the air. And as you saw from the earlier video, there's so much preparation that goes into an exercise like the one you're looking at right now. And that's because nothing must go wrong, nothing is left to chance. The Red Lions today jumping from a C-130 Hercules aircraft from a height of some 12,500 feet. And that's the highest ever for an NDP performance. For some perspective, depending on how you use it, the wingsuit can help free-fallers glide as fast as 200 kilometers per hour. And that's faster than you're allowed to drive anywhere in Singapore. If you're on the edge of your seat, well, then the Red Lions would have met their objective. And that's because they've said in earlier interviews that they came up with this wingsuit segment to excite the crowd even more than before. Well, I'd say mission accomplished. The wingsuit also helps the Red Lions slow their descent by up to half the speed, and that's thanks to the added horizontal surface on the suit. And because they're not leaving anything to chance, each wingsuit is tailored to measure up to the Red Lion wearing it. And their parachutes are out, and that also means it's a second chance at a great picture for those who weren't able to catch one the first time around. You at home are one of the lucky ones because we've got cameras tracking their graceful descent. Because they're so high up, those at the float can hardly make them out in the sky. I just want to emphasize that these guys are masters of their craft, and rightfully so, because only the best get in. Before you're even considered to become a Red Lion, you must have jumped at least 200 times at other display events here. We understand that each and every one of the Red Lions here has jumped more than 400 times. And needless to say, they'll have to be certified as free-fallers by a senior instructor. They'll also have to be able to execute the various formations that are required and land within the designated impact area, which today, as you can see, is very, very small. It's a narrow strip of tarmac that separates the stage on the float from the spectators in the stands. And because the training is so rigorous, the qualifying criteria is so rigorous, it could take up to 10 years for someone untrained to become a Red Lion who's qualified to take part at NDP. Coming up now, Major Arnold Lowe with 1,100 jumps. What a great landing. You're looking at the best of the best right now as First Warrant Officer Melvin Ho with 1,260 jumps hones in. Next up, we've got First Warrant Officer Chong Boon Heng with 1,374 jumps. Making it look so easy. Let's welcome home Second Warrant Officer Galvin Chan with 495 jumps. Bringing up number 5, First Warrant Officer Ivan Lowe with 1,400 jumps. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is your team leader. First Warrant Officer Lim Wei Lee with 2,200 jumps coming in on the platform. And he's followed very closely by Second Warrant Officer Po Jing Song with 530 jumps. First Warrant Officer William Chan with 1,580 jumps. And here comes First Warrant Officer Lim Wang Seng with 3,300 jumps. And here comes the 10th free-faller, Master Warrant Officer Leonard Tan with 2,045 jumps. What a display, ladies and gentlemen.
Make some noise! And that's a salute. Thank you very much, Red Lions and Naval Combat Divers. Hey guys, that was really hard-stopping action. That was really cool. But I say, why don't we change gear a bit?
Huh?
Change gear? What
Change
do you
gear.
have in mind, Gurmit? You kind of make me scared sometimes.
I know, I'm gonna make you more scared now. How about bringing some action to the audience?
Okay, what do you have in mind?
Well, I want to challenge the audience to do some singing. Because I'm Gurmit Singh. So, I want everybody to sing NDP song, right? We'll sing along nicely, but suddenly, the song will stop. And
Okay.
then somebody in the audience will be selected to finish the missing lyrics. Plot twist!
Okay. Okay. Who do we start with, Nadia or Abby?
Let's go for Nadia.
Nadia, who do you have right now?
Hello. Hello. Are you ready?
Yeah,
What is your name?
Kasui.
You look at me, then you don't know what your name is, it? Okay, you must be ready. All right, guys. Can we have the music, please?
And this is from my second album.
Can you stop it? It's not from your album.
It's not. Let's all sing, everybody!
Here we go.
Now for Singapore. Let me hear you.
Out for your fellow man. You gotta make a stand. Wave. Recognize
You can play your part. Let it come right from your heart.
Be prepared to give a little more.
Wow, so much
Okay,
emotion.
don't be too confident. Okay, wait
Hey,
for
hey.
it. Can we have the answer, please?
Oh, is he right? Is he right?
You ready? You gotta sing. You gotta sing.
Be prepared to give a little more.
That's my man.
Nicely done.
You got a gift here? Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yes.
What about Abby? Where are you right
Well,
now?
I'm right here, guys, with, ma'am, your name?
Joanna.
Joanna and?
Dawn.
Okay, I've got two of them and they're gonna attempt this, okay? Shall we
Wow,
do it?
good.
Can we have the music, please?
Whenever I am feeling low,
Which album is this?
This is from my fourth album.
And yes, I know
First single from the fourth album.
Yeah, we sing the third album.
Oh, it's an evergreen song. Sing
is.
along, Singapore.
Here we go.
I will always
Hello, the city. Know every street and shore. Sail down the river which brings us life.
winding through my
Singapore, this is home truly.
Yes, it is.
where I know I must be, where my dreams will wait for me, where the river always flows. This is home, surely, where my senses tell me this is where.
Okay, well, we'll try one more time. Do you know the answer? Can you try?
You almost got it right, just one
Almost
word.
One word.
One word.
This is home surely.
Surely,
Come on, audience, help her if you
my
can.
senses tell me.
Audience members, help her if you can.
Let's lock it in, let's lock it in. Can we have the answer, please?
where that river always flows. This is
home surely.
as my senses tell me.
Oh no, just one word.
It's okay, it's okay.
It's okay, it was good
Just
try.
one word. She did
Good
well,
try.
so here you go.
Okay, good try. Thank you very much. Nadia, who do you have?
Yes. Okay. So, girl power. Please do not disappoint me. What's your name?
Pamela,
Pamela. Beautiful name. Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Can we have the music, please?
This was from my 3.5 album. Here we go, let's sing this one. Just believe. It's very old school.
We have a goal for Singapore.
Energy. You and me.
We'll do our part.
Sing it louder.
Stand together. Heart to heart.
We're going to.
Show the world what Singapore can be.
Wow!
Soprano, soprano.
Wow.
She
Wow,
hit
wow,
the
wow, wow.
note.
Hey guys, we've got a singer in the house.
Nice. Nice.
All right, can we have the answer, please?
Moment
for
of
it.
truth.
You must sing, sing.
We're going to show them what
Singapore can be.
Yes! Yes!
Nice. You totally
Wow.
deserve this.
Now she can produce her own album after
That's
this.
right. Abby, we're going back to you. Who do you have?
Well, who do I have here? What's your name, ma'am?
Cass.
Okay, Cass, are you ready? Can we have the music, please?
Yes, rounds with Cass. Ah. Ha. This is from my photo album. We've come so far. Don't stop singing, Singapore. Heart, I will care. Heart, I will share with me and friends. Together we'll stand. In the end.
Hand in hand, we will get there.
Okay, let's see.
Wow. Can we have the answer? ladies.
Oh, is she right?
Yes!
Oh, fantastic. Here you go.
Ah, that was
Thank
very
you.
fun. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. In a short while, we'll be moving on to our next segment, the parade and ceremony segment, which is a key tradition of NDP.
Exactly. But right now, Gurmit, because it's a full house here at the Photo Marina Bay,
Yes, yes.
to welcome everybody watching at home and all over the world right now, Green Sector, we're going to start with you for one more Marina Wave for everybody to see. We're going to go all the way to the Blue Sector. Are you ready? Here we go. Green Sector in 3, 2, 1. Go for it. Wave away.
Come on, guys, don't stop.
Looking stronger than ever.
Nice, 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 nice. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Come on, come on, come on.
Let's go, blue sector, let's go.
Finish it nicely, finish it strong.
Yes.
All right, man. Wow, that was quite a sight. Hey, but here's a little fun fact. You know, this day exactly 50 years ago,
Yes.
it was pouring with rain
Yes.
as the contingents marched past the Padang. And this was in 1968.
And even though it was pouring back then, our then Prime Minister, the parade and ceremony contingent, and the audience, they were all lining the streets of the Padang to enjoy the parade.
I think that really exemplified the spirit of Singapore. And I believe that spirit of Singapore is stronger today. Am I right, Singapore?
Yeah.
No. If you want the whole world to hear you, let's hear the spirit of Singapore. Somebody scream!
Amazing stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Now, coming up next, we got a special military tattoo. And this year, there are over 500 performers sharing that stage with students slated to take on more roles.
Yes, that's right, Joachim. This year we have the school display band and the National Cadet Corps Precision Drill Squad joining us in the military tattoo.
Now, you know what? Students from special education schools are also going to be playing lively drums. And the combined schools choir is returning after a 5-year break.
Let me just check, huh? Let me just check. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we present to you the parade and ceremony segment. Make some noise!
Kickstarting the military tattoo is the SAF Combo Band. Making their NDP debut, these military musicians are also professional in contemporary genres, ranging from jazz to pop and rock. Bringing your attention to the promenade, we have the school display band from Yuhua Secondary School. So ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for all the performers. Watch as the combined band and school display band come together, representing our people from all walks of life, working in unison to do our part in building Singapore. afloat, you are now witnessing the next transformation by the combined military tattoo taking shape. We see the outline of Singapore, this bustling city-state, which we call home. Let's clap along to the beat of the military tattoo. Introduced as the 1984 NDP, precision drills are a traditional crowd favorite. This year, the SAF Silent Precision Drill Squad is joined by students from the NCC drill teams. Be mesmerized by the precision of the rifle drills from all 36 drill members. Ladies and gentlemen, the combined band is now forming a heart. Listen to the rhythmic drum beats from the combined drum troupe, formed by the special education schools, symbolizing our hearts beating as one for Singapore. Come on, Singapore, let's wave our flags and sing along with our combined schools choir led by choir conductress Madam Lim Chuan to the lyrics of We Are Singapore. This year, the combined band and school display band are led by drum majors from the SAF, SPF, Yuhua, NBCC Yishun Town, and MCC Swiss Cottage. Let's cheer them on! Ladies and gentlemen, the theme for NDP 2018, We Are Singapore! This year, bringing the parade even closer to you, the Parade Regimental Sergeant Major now addresses the parade from the spectator stand.
Baris! Sade! Here! Julang! Senja! Ta! Baris! Dari kiri dan kanan! Cepat je! Lun!
Marching in from both sides are the three SAF contingents from the Army, Navy, and Air Force, together with the Singapore Police Force and the Singapore Civil Defence Force. Joining us on the stage now are our social and economic groups. From your left are Kopitiam Investment Private Limited, Neo Group Limited, OSIM International Private Limited, Popular, Semcorp Industries Limited, and Singtel. From your right are National Trades Union Congress, National University Health System, PAP and PCF, One Team Singapore, DBS Bank Limited, and Keppel Corporation. Lastly, we see the contingents from the various uniform youth organizations. From your left, we have the National Cadet Corps, Land, Air and Sea, Boys Brigade, Girl Guides, St. John's Brigade, and National Cadet Corps Land. From your right, National Police Cadet Corps, Scout Association, Singapore Red Cross Society, National Civil Defence Cadet Corps, and Girls Brigade. Ladies and gentlemen, the 27 marching contingents, which represent our resolve to defend our country through our concept of total defense. Military, civil, social, economic, and psychological defense.
Baris! Russo! Saja! Tak! Baris! Ke kanan lo! Lurus!
The Parade Regimental Sergeant Major for National Day Parade 2018 is Master Warrant Officer Tay Ban Heng, Brigade Sergeant Major, 7th Singapore Infantry Brigade. Ladies and gentlemen, the parade commander will now take over command of the parade from the Parade Regimental Sergeant Major. The parade commander for this evening's parade is Lieutenant Colonel Sean Inkiriwang, Commanding Officer, 140 Squadron, Air Combat Command.
Kawalan kehormatan. Masuk. Base. Base. Hormat banji-banji. Hormat senjata.
Kawalan kehormatan. Oh, negara. Cepat jalan.
Ladies and gentlemen, marching onto the stage are 35 regimental colors. The colors party comprises ensigns who are officers, and they are escorted by specialists or military experts. The colors sergeant major is 2nd Warrant Officer Ho Kwon Yen. Coming into the parade are the 3 state colors. The colors are escorted by the 4 Guard of Honor contingents from the Singapore Army, Republic of Singapore Navy, Republic of Singapore Air Force, and Singapore Police Force.
Kawalan kehormatan. Ke dalam lompat.
Kawalan kehormatan. Pandang ke hadapan. Pandang.
Kawalan kehormatan. Hormat pagi-pagi. Hormat senjata.
Base. Rusuk senjata. Base. Senang deh. Hing.
Ladies and gentlemen, to the right of the floating platform, we now see the soldiers from 23rd Battalion, Singapore Artillery, on board the M3G raft, operated by the crew from 35th Battalion, Singapore Combat Engineers. Watch as they move into position for the presidential gun salute.
Base. Steady. Ah.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's wave our flags and welcome our Deputy Prime Ministers and Cabinet Ministers to this evening's parade.
Leading the arrival of our ministers, Minister Indrani Raja and Minister Desmond Lee.
but we did.
Again, the red and white theme, very strong. And there we see Deputy Prime Minister Tharman Shanmugaratnam and Teo Chee Hean. Labour Chief Ng Chee Meng, together with National Development Minister Lawrence Wong, Education Minister Ong Ye Kung, and Environment and Water Resources Minister Masagos Zulkifli. Mr. Tharman is also the Coordinating Minister for Economic and Social Policies. In fact, he's also Chairman of the Monetary Authority of Singapore. He's carved out a career in public service, mostly in roles relating to education and the economy. There's Defence Minister Ng Eng Hen, who, it has to be said, has been here at the various rehearsals to make sure today's parade and performance go off without a hitch.
Let's welcome our Emeritus Senior Minister, Mr. Goh Chok Tong.
Emeritus Senior Minister Goh Chok Tong is attending his 8th NDP as ESM. He's one of Singapore's elder statesmen, having first entered politics in 1976 when he was elected an MP for Marine Parade GRC, constituency he's looked after till today.
Boys, senang deh. Hey.
The Combined Schools Choir now brings us a popular song written in 1984 when Total Defense was introduced. There's a part for everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, let's sing along with the Combined Schools Choir.
The song was part of efforts to drive home the message of total defense and how everyone has a role to play in making sure the 5 pillars of defense, military, civil, economic, social and psychological, stand firm. And speaking of those who do their part, how about this everyday hero, Corporal Alimin Suhaimi from the Singapore Civil Defence Force? He was part of the firefighting team that battled a blaze at Kranji Warehouse in March this year. Flames that took 8 hours to quench. As you can imagine, the team faced harsh conditions like poor visibility and extreme smoke.
Boys, steady. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the arrival of our Prime Minister, Mr. Lee Hsien Loong.
Perdana Menteri. Hormat, senjata! Baris, rusuk, senjata!
Come on, Singapore. Let's wave our flags to our Prime Minister.
In his National Day message, Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong pledged to transform education, healthcare and housing to improve the lives of Singaporeans. And while efforts are already underway, Singapore is by no means complete. In fact, Mr. Lee called plans to build Singapore for the next 50 years a massive long-term undertaking. As you take in today's festivities, perhaps the question to ask is, how would you fit into those plans?
Baris, senang ni. Hei!
Next, the Combined Schools Choir will present a medley of community Singapore songs, which are favorites at National Day parades. Ladies and gentlemen, let's all sing along.
These community songs really were conceptualized in the early years of nationhood to help Singaporeans develop a sense of belonging to the country. Today's medley contains songs sung in Singapore's 4 official languages. Earlier, we told you about Corporal Alimin's commitment. Well, how about 62-year-old Ng Hee Seng from the Immigration and Checkpoints Authority? He sacrificed his time and effort over 39 editions of NDP, and because he's been involved so many times, you can bet he's a familiar face in these parts. Mr. Ng represents workers like him in the unions, and that's why today he marches under the National Trades Union Congress banner.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and welcome the arrival of our President, Madam Halimah Yacob.
President Halimah Yacob arriving for her very first NDP as head of state. She became the country's 8th president following last year's presidential elections. And the president is being welcomed by a man who's also here in this capacity for the first time, Lieutenant General Melvin Ong, Chief of Defence Force of the SAF.
Hormat President! Hormat Senja! Da!
Ladies and gentlemen, 5 F-15 SG Eagles from the Republic of Singapore Air Force will execute a magnificent bomb burst in a salute to the nation on our country's 53rd birthday. And here they come! Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
Madam President, the parade is formed up and is ready for your inspection, ma'am.
Our president will now inspect the parade. As a mark of respect, the 25-pounder guns will fire in salute to our president.
A 21-gun salute, the highest honor that can be conferred and is normally reserved for the head of state. This promises to be a memorable moment for Madam Halimah Yacob, who's inspecting the Guard of Honor for the first time as president. What you're hearing are the booms from the firing of blanks from 4 ceremonial 25-pounder howitzers. These guns are probably older than many of you listening in right now because they're believed to have been around since World War II. Representing the Army in this year's Guard of Honor are men from the 1st Commando Battalion. They earned the honor after winning their 15th consecutive Best Combat Unit Award, the famous Red Berets underlining their sterling reputation in front of Singapore.